Help me to reach 2,000 subscribers. The moment I heard the soft chime from the car tracking app, my stomach seized so hard I thought I might collapse. One simple notification, one tiny glowing dot on a map, and suddenly the world I trusted began to tear at the seams. His car was not at the office. It was not in the city at all. It was parked at the hotel where we spent our wedding night. For a heartbeat the room spun around me. I tasted metal. My fingers trembled as if they no longer belonged to me. I kept blinking at the screen, hoping it was a glitch, a signal error, anything other than the truth clawing its way up my throat. He told me he was working overtime. He kissed my forehead before leaving. He smelled like the cologne I bought him as an anniversary gift. I tried to swallow the rising panic, but it was thick and jagged. I told myself to breathe. Just breathe. People get sent out for late meetings. Maybe he was picking up something for a surprise. Maybe he just needed space after the argument we had last night about how distant he had been. Maybe I was wrong. I begged myself to be wrong. But the dot did not move. It sat there like a quiet confession. I grabbed my keys without thinking. The night air outside was warm, but I felt cold all the way to my bones as I slid into the driver's seat. The city lights blurred through the windshield. Every passing streetlight felt like an interrogation bulb flashing over my life. During the drive, my mind twisted itself into painful knots. Memories surfaced. The mornings he left earlier than usual. The messages he deleted because they were from coworkers who did not matter. The nights he returned home smelling like hotel lobby perfume, which he insisted was from a colleague he hugged to comfort after a stressful shift. I believed him every time. I wanted to. Loving someone sometimes feels like carrying a vase made of thin glass. You grip it tightly so it does not slip, but the tighter you hold it, the more afraid you become of the moment it shatters. By the time I reached the hotel, my heart was pounding so loudly it drowned out the sound of my own hesitant footsteps. The building shimmered under soft golden lights. It looked exactly the same as the night we celebrated our vows. My throat tightened. I replayed his promises in my mind, his voice telling me I was the love of his life. His hands holding mine as he swore to protect my heart. The irony was so cruel it felt surreal. Inside the lobby, the same scent of roses and warm vanilla floated through the air. I stood there for a moment, unable to move, unable to breathe. My legs felt numb. It took every ounce of will I had to step forward and approach the front desk. The receptionist greeted me with a friendly smile. I returned one that felt like it was made of broken glass. I asked if someone named Aaron had checked in. My voice barely came out. It felt fragile, an exposed nerve. She glanced at her screen, then nodded with polite calm that ripped something inside me. Room 320. Our old wedding suite. I could not speak. I could not blink. All I could do was walk to the elevator, feeling each step like a heavy blow to my chest. When I reached the third floor, the hallway was quiet. Too quiet. My heart hammered so violently I pressed a hand to my ribcage as if trying to keep it from bursting. The carpet beneath my shoes felt soft, but everything else felt sharp. The walls. The air. My thoughts. I stopped in front of the door. That door. The one he chose. Voices drifted from inside the suite. A man. A woman. Laughter. Warm. Intimate. Familiar in a way that stabbed me. My hand hovered just above the handle. I could walk away. I could pretend I never saw the GPS alert. I could let the lie continue and spare myself the truth that would ruin everything. But some truths demand to be seen. I pushed the door open. He was there. Shirtless. Holding the woman he once told me never to worry about. Her lips were still damp from his. His eyes went wide with a terror I had never seen before. Something inside me cracked open. Not an explosion. Not a scream. Something colder and quieter. A final breaking. He reached for me, stuttering my name as if it would fix anything. She scrambled for the sheets, her face twisted with guilt and fear. I stood still. I felt everything at once and nothing at all. He tried to explain. He said it was a mistake. He said he felt lost. He said he never stopped loving me. Every excuse was a slap that did not land on my skin but straight into my chest. I told him I did not come here for a fight. I did not come for an answer that would soothe the wound. I came because I needed the truth more than I needed the illusion. As I turned to leave, he asked if I would ever forgive him. I paused at the doorway. My voice was calm, almost gentle. I said I already had. Forgiveness is not for him. It is for the person I must become without him. I walked out of the hotel knowing the night would scar me, but it would also free me. The twist came as I reached my car. A message appeared on my phone from an unknown number. It said, "I guess you finally know. I tried to warn you 2 months ago." Attached was a picture of them together. In that same suite. Long before tonight. My entire world shifted again. Someone else had known. Someone else had tried to save me. And I had been blind for far longer than I ever imagined.